Так. Что ж, всем здорово. Продолжаем прохождение третьего Max Payne. Так, секундочку. Все окей.
¡No hay nadie aquí! ¡Esta también está vacía!
Что, кстати, тут у нас? Ага.
Booze, coke, pills. You could get whatever party favor you wanted on this vessel.
Так, что-то слишком громко. Тихо. Это... Лови.
The dead guys looked like soldiers in one of those Central American guerrilla armies. Pirates with a manifesto. Psychos with a dream. That sort of bullshit.
Дайте мне вот этот. Что-то автомат как-то не очень. Так, нам, видимо, сюда. Да. Нет, там не сюда. Тогда куда-то сюда.
The radio. Maybe I could send out an SOS.
Disparos en la cubierta inferior. Vete a ver qué pasa. Asegúrate de que los burros no derrochen municiones con los tripulantes. Todos llevas buscando.
It certainly wasn't the first time I'd woken up with a hangover, long after a party had turned sour.
Да уж.
The need to get out of the boat's hull and onto the upper deck as soon as possible was countered by the probability of running into another hijacker. I had to move carefully.
¡Está ahí!
Я что-то не понял, нахрена он выбежал? Блин, что это было вообще?
The fire was sucking oxygen from the room. I didn't care if I got shot the second I got out of there. I needed one more gulp of fresh air before I died. It was like the need for a wake-up whiskey after a 2-day bender. How to shut off the fuel feeds. Move, Max. I shut down one engine, but it didn't make much difference.
Да.
There. I could breathe again. Now the boat could get back to smelling like suntan oil, stale margaritas, and greed.
¡Necesito cobertura! ¡Está bien! ¡Hágale!
So this was the famous Panama Canal. We could have gone to the moon while I'd been dead to the world. Some of my shipmates were just plain dead. Where had they taken them?
Get the fuck off me! ¡Adelante! ¡Apunten y fuego!
It was a different scene than the one I'd stumbled away from. Where was everyone? I still didn't know what the hell happened.
О, там помнит. Сюда. Сюда, я сказал, сюда. А хп-то нету ни хрена.
I didn't like to think what was behind the door. I had to save some valuables.
Сюда.
The guys up ahead weren't dealing with passengers like the rest of them. Maybe I should have realized then that this was no ordinary kidnap job. Something on the boat had attracted the sharks.
Так, что, никаких улик?
Whatever they were looking for appeared to be gone.
А, дайте аптечку. И где вообще все? О, что-то есть.
Daphne Bernstein, a recent divorcee, making the most of her considerable settlement, and Marcella was making the most of her. I don't want to think about it.
Так, розочки. Ничего интересного.
The
О,
boat was well appointed.
¡Puta, aquí no hay nada!
где кто?
¡Miguel! ¡Vení! ¡Hoy te vas a morir!
Так, что там?
Concentrate, they're trying to kill you.
А, еще не все, что ли? Надо что-то
There was something firing these guys other than good old-fashioned socialist zeal. What were they looking for? It didn't make sense. Why would they leave the jewels and rip open the walls? It didn't occur to me just what the other cargo on board could be.
Интересно. Какой же груз тут может быть на корабле? Какой же груз? Груз Чамский. Да откуда вот столько лезет, господи?
I was on a ghost ship in a ghost canal. The whole thing creeped me the hell out.
Потом все соберем. Так, чё, псы? Чё интересного у вас тут? Это бар. Что интересного? Вот и тут. О, кубинские сигары.
Daphne's ship was always stocked.
Сигары, это хорошо. Так. А по телевизору что? Джизус, больно же. Все.
And the band played on. They didn't help with my sea legs, but they sure as shit felt good.
Так, никаких кубик, да? Трупы. Где наверху?
¿Puedes caminar?
Охренеть, как их много тут. О!
¡Vas a chupar plomo, malparido! ¡Te vas a morir!
Знакомые пушки. Лови.
Maybe there was something on the bridge. I checked every other inch of the boat.
О, сюда. Так, чуть-чуть патронов.
I spotted Passos and Marcelo. If I'd known back then that they'd been up to no good while I was fighting my way through a band of violent paramilitaries and a worse hangover, I might not have wanted to get over to them so bad.
Hey, Passos!
At the time, I hadn't thought too much about this. I hadn't thought too much about anything. Now I remember it, it didn't seem quite so kosher.
What about what's her name? Daphne.
Do whatever you think is best.
I think it's best we try to go find her.
Yeah, okay, let's go. Yeah.
То есть Пасос предатель, да?
See, I didn't think Passos was a bad guy. He didn't need to try to save this woman or the crew.
Through here. I didn't realize you knew your way around here.
They were using that building to get across the canal.
¡Muévase, muévase! ¡Está ahí! Come on! We're gonna get her, let's get her!
Он все это время играл роль.
There was some equipment in the truck next to me. It'd be a shame to see it go to waste.
Come on, I don't know how much time we have!
А тот, что встал, завис, что ли?
We can get across up top.
Not bad.
Get froze, man! Get in cover!
Ух ты. На-ка. Глазик лови.
We're good!
I don't know what I expected to find. On a boat full of drunks and bullshit artists, I'd been a cabaret act. Shooting whatever came in front of me was easier than coming to terms with that reality.
Ничего не упустили.
It was nice to see a friendly face in Panama.
Я же не то открыл. О, зафигал мать твою. Это было круто. И опять меня автомат забрали, если что. Но зато есть дизельки кушали, это да. А, это стекло бронированное, да?
Fancy seeing you here.
О, интересного? О,
My own private welcoming party.
ничего интересного. Никаких улик. Да, идем дальше. Ау, как же больно. Опа. О, золотой калаш. Да. Где кто? Глотнем. Дизель игл это да. Это топчик. Так, тут что у нас? Что, ничего здесь нету? Ладно. Тварь. Вставай, брат, вставай. С тобой уже все хорошо. Так, ничего тут интересного нету. Говномузей. Ну больно же, ублюдок. Охренеть. Все хп снял. В голову не попал, походу.
I blocked out all my questions. All I thought about was getting to Daphne Bernstein before it was too late. Jesus Christ.
А тут скотобойня. Да? Дикая жесть.
Fuck, man. This is brutal. I didn't think things would be like this.
I should have jumped in that goddamn canal myself and swum my way back to New York.
Let me ask you again, Max. What do you think you were really doing in Panama?
I was drinking.
People died. Innocent people. Who do you think robbed you?
I don't know. I was told it was people who disliked Daphne Bernstein, something about an unpleasant divorce.
Her ex-husband worked on Wall Street. Do you think he has easy access to Panamanian death squads?
Guess I didn't really think about it.
You were smuggling something, weren't you?
No. I mean, I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't think too much about it, but yes, Marcelo did drive off with something. I don't know what. I didn't see him until we got to Brazil a week or so later.
I think it was money. I think Marcelo and Victor have a friendly banker there in Panama. Your little cruise was to deliver the cash to him because there it's easier to launder.
But I thought the Broncos were rich.
Rodrigo's rich. The other two, they live well, but they don't have real money. Victor's campaigns were always financed by his brother. That is the way among certain rich families there. The eldest brother is the king. You know, he gets everything. The other two, not so much.
And now Rodrigo's dead.
Exactly. And Marcelo, too. It's an awful tragedy for Victor, huh? A man running on a law and order ticket, you know, whose brothers have both been killed in such terrible circumstances. A true patriot.
What about Marcello?
Marcello was an idiot. Were this true, I certainly don't believe he could possibly have known about it. But I do believe some other scheme, you know, some other bullshit. Whatever that cash was, Victor could have talked him into something. I don't know yet.
And Passos?
Raul Passos is a bum ex-cop. Failed in America, failed in Sao Paulo. He was surrounded by more money and more poverty than his tiny little head can handle. You think guys like that can't be bought?
No, but
But nothing. He's probably not a bad guy. He's just a man caught in the crossfire of a very rich family.
What about me?
You. You're the fall guy. The American. Running around, acting like the action hero, killing lots of people. You're a stroke of genius.
That ain't how it is.
You were an angry ex-cop. You were sitting in a bar with a history of violence and a history of a bad temper. You were perfect.
Me and Passos went to the academy together.
Did you?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, let's take a drive, Max. You want to do some good? Want to get yourself killed in a good cause? Then I need you to check something out for me.
Like what?
That incident at the favela today. Now, some of my officers say a bus drove off some captives.
They did, I saw it.
But no captives were ever booked.
They probably handed them off to the paramilitary death squads, the,
Caixa Preto?
Right.
Who did?
I don't know, the cops. The other cops, the cops who shoot on sight.
The UFE.
Right.
Max, you see that building there?
The Imperial Palace Hotel?
Yeah, that's what it says. People go in there in large groups under armed guard. But it isn't a police station, and no one comes out of there.
Why don't you just go in and bust the joint, get a warrant?
I'm only a cop, Max.
So you keep saying. Time to find out what was going on here. I didn't fancy booking myself in the presidential suite, so went looking for the basement. I wasn't too excited about the acoustics in this place. A couple of gunshots would sound like I'd walked in here with a goddamn marching band. It wasn't pretty, but I guess none of what was about to happen was gonna be. It was the question I kept on asking myself. How could I have been so blind? I was convinced the Broncos had gotten the wrong man for the job, but maybe De Silva was right. I was the stooge. The bad joke everybody got but me.
О, а ты просто бухал, братан. Ты был в депрессии. Не вини себя. Это помойка.
Pesado pra caralho, ele tá cheio de chumbo. Ah, comeu boi.
Это спецназа такого, да? Так, тут ничего нету, да? Странно.
You can't unsee something, but you can dull the UFE. Was there anything they didn't have a grubby hand in? A few days earlier, I'd have called it a coincidence. but I'd written off too many of those already.
Окей. Так, непробивающиеся цепи. Окей.
The Imperial Palace Hotel was a 5-star bona fide shithole. I needed to find out why guests were checking in by the busload and checking out by the bag load. Maybe the service would be better upstairs.
Возможно. Что за глюки, господи?
Mesma coisa. O quê? Você não tá fazendo nada, eu tô fazendo tudo.
Так, ПВ. Оу, Jesus, тут гранатомет. Что, пора устроить мясорубку.
Cuidado, ele está vindo nessa direção!
Так, тут ничего больше нету. Ой, лови. Хедшотика не хотел.
Vai nessa!
Хорошо. Охренеть, он меня сваншотил.
Aproveita seu último suspiro, cuzão!
Твою мать, это было неожиданно. Ни хрена тут пулемет, что ли?
If I'd thought about this too much, I'd never get through it. I needed to find a way upstairs. Surely nobody would notice another hole in the wall.
И может все-таки автомат обратно взять. Так, что тут?
I knew this thing was bigger than me, bigger than the Broncos, but I only had a glimpse of the whole picture, like looking in a mirror and for an instant seeing what everyone else sees, a bad caricature of a better man.
Так.
Buffet. That deal at the favela was getting dirtier by the minute. Those bastards were clearly in bed with the Crusher Prado. Now I just had to find out why. Starting with a bit of bedtime reading for Mr. Da Silva. When you've lived the kind of life I've lived, reality comes at you through a different lens. But nothing could have prepared me for what was on the other side of that door. I had to get those poor bastards out of there.
Get him out of here. Go. Go. Wait. I said get... Serrano.
Serrano. He looked pathetic. A man defeated. I walked away and left him to his own personal nightmare. Whatever hell this was Da Silva had sent me into, I knew I had to put an end to it.
Так.
I had no choice but to push on. I didn't understand everything, and I never would, but I understood enough. Sometimes a complicated problem is best tackled with a simple solution.
Как они меня увидели, интересно? Как, мать вашу, они меня увидели? Я же спрятался специально. Это какой-то дробовик, я не понимаю. Это не это, не винтовка. Вот это то, что надо. Так, а аптечек тут нигде не валяется. Пёс! Охренеть, как круто. Гнида. Конченая гнида. Ну, сука, все. Теперь, блин. церемониться не будем.
Arma de posição! Atirem pra matar! Ah, seu cuzão! Não consigo me mexer! Atira nele! Me ajudem aqui, porra! Me dê cobertura!
This was hell on earth. De Silva was no fool. I'd have driven on off into the sunset too if I were him. But I was in too far now.
Что вы здесь, кофеек распивали? Псы мерзкие. Так, что у нас там?
There were still 2 more floors above.
Ох, охренительных какой маловато-то. А можно аптечек чуть-чуть? О,
I hadn't slept in days. I needed something to keep me going. It looked like Victor had won the sympathy vote, found his universal connection to the people, triumph out of tragedy. Part of me couldn't help thinking that had been his plan all along.
так, ничего интересного, да? А, нет.
There it was, the soundtrack to my life. And, for a few seconds, came harmony. Finally.
Тебе полегчало, дружище? Так, все, здесь все осмотрели. Опачки. Вы что, органами торгуете, что ли?
What the fuck is going on here?
How much do you want?
What have you been doing?
I am a doctor. I help people.
What have you been doing here?
It's easy for you. Listen, I know people. They will kill you. I can help you. Trust me. Please, please.
What have you been doing?
I have a lot of money. Look, look. Lots of money. I do important research. Please.
Caralho! Caralho!
Espera, espera. Eu posso explicar tudo. Tudinho. Não, não. Por favor. Pelo amor de Deus. Por favor, não me mata. Não, não. Pelo amor de Deus.
E aí, doutor?
For all Serrano owed me, he'd paid enough. For now, I had bigger debts to call in.
То есть они людьми торговали, я так понимаю. Ну, в смысле, органами. Что-то вроде того.
Even I could guess what Demolisal meant. That building was condemned in more ways than one.
Так, тут будет Махач. Я уверен в этом. Отдайте аптечек. Отдайте,
There had to
пожалуйста,
be
аптечек.
something I wasn't seeing.
Вот я тоже, мне кажется, что что-то мы упускаем. Пицца. Ну что именно? Золотая пушка где-то лежит, да? Где-то лежит по-любому.
It was locked from the outside.
Ни хрена себе там
They had a fucking arsenal in here.
запас.
It was time to bring this little hellhole to the ground, so I decided to put some of their C4 to good use.
4 это хорошо, я люблю. Подожди, а можно в ту комнатку зайти? О, да.
When you find yourself in hell, dance with the devil.
Так, пулеметик. Может, с пулеметика пошмалять?
Either Victor Bronco and Nevis were doing a lot of charity work together, or this was payment for something else. Were the Crasha Prado in Victor's pocket? Had he tipped them off about the stadium exchange? I had to hurry up before more of those assholes showed up.
Интересно, а почему эти стволы мне нельзя взять? Ну, типа, один пулемет и моя штурмовая. Все. Так, а нам надо везде установить заряды, я так понимаю. Сейчас попрут ублюдки, скорее всего. Так, всего же 3, да? Раз, два. Ну да, 3.
I'd seen some dark shit in my time, but this was something else. These vermin had gone into a place where life was cheap and found a way to get rich off it. I just wanted to finish this and get far away from here. But then, true to form, more of the rats came out of their holes.
Ну, само собой. Да, пулемет, конечно.
At least my visitors have been kind enough to leave the gate open.
Крошит нам, будь здоров. Крошит. Что, пацаны, как оно? Говорят, болезненно вам было как-то. Так, возьмем боеприпасики. И нам сюда. А там снайпер, что ли? И не один, да? О! Так. Какая она тугая. Что-нибудь еще? Вроде бы все. Так, нет, подожди. Надо было взять пулемет. Какая-то псина сзади по мне стреляет. Да иди сюда, говна кусок.
Any time I'd bought had been going real cheap. If I was gonna plant the rest of those explosives, I had to do it now.
Нанна. Не, подожди, го чуть-чуть подберем патронов. Вот так вот, да. Чтобы я был спокоен. Угу, хорошо. И еще одну взрывчаточку. Bomb has the plan. Еще порция ублюдков. Так, все, да. И что теперь? Мы везде остановили. Куда нам теперь? Сюда? Нет. Окей. А куда тогда?
It seemed a shame to waste the rest of the C4.
Ты решил не выбрасывать остатки взрывчатки. Тогда куда, сюда?
That was the last of the explosives. I just hoped it was enough to bring down the building and all the evil in it. Who wants to take a shot? You see what this is? Come on, anybody? Want to be a hero? I got nothing to lose. Let's do it.
Que porra que tá acontecendo aqui?
Senor Neves.
What the fuck is your problem, man?
My problem? My problem? Wanna know what my problem is? You're turning humans into glue. That's what my fucking problem is.
I don't know what you're talking about, American. All I know is what I hear about you. You bodyguard for the Brancos. They are all dead. You help the poor. Today, many of them dead. You are a proper American hero.
At least I fucking tried.
Well done with your effort. The whole city is grateful. The great American savior of the poor.
That's right.
You think you made any difference? You think stopping this legitimate business venture is helping anyone?
Legitimate? You're stealing people's organs!
We pay for everything. We have the record.
Oh, so people can sell their livers, their hearts, their eyeballs? You're insane, you sick fuck!
We kept people safe in the city. Decent people. Safe. I know a lot of powerful people.
Well, your powerful people aren't gonna help you out of this one, buddy.
Охренеть. Не, ну Пейн, конечно, псих. Вставай, братец, вставай. Ну, в смысле, псих, в плане, что он безбашенный такой, чисто. А мне насрать. Куда нам идти? Там еще один пёс где-то. О, нет.
I told you the city was dangerous, friend.
Yeah, I kind of like it. It's growing on me.
Nice to see a happy tourist smiling.
Fuck are you doing here?
I came back
I can see that. But why?
to save you.
Oh, yeah, real hero.
Listen,
No, come with me, Max. To Brazil. Be a chance to play the fall guy in a plot that my boss's brother's hatching to profit from the selling of human organs. Yeah, it'll be perfect for you.
what are you talking about? I don't know nothing about human organs, man. Victor and Marcelo were trying to teach Rodrigo a lesson. Get into losing the purse strings and the family money. They pressured me into doing it. You wanna die? I came back for you. I did my best. I'm having a kid, Max. I gotta go.
Fuck you.
Sure. Later. Now, let's go. Hope this thing works.
Тогда почему он 100 раз не забрал нас, не спас? Вообще не понял. Почему он... Ну, тогда, когда мы спасали его бабу, свалил просто. Ловный лысый жердяй.
I owe you everything.
No, you don't. I'm sorry I couldn't save your sister.
I was there. It wasn't your fault.
I was paid to protect her and I didn't.
She married into a sick family.
Maybe.
I just wanted to say thank you for giving us a chance to live. I mean, as a family.
I hope it all works out for you, for all of you.
Thank you. Don't be too long.
Well, buddy, that's it.
Where are you guys gonna go?
I don't know, maybe back to New York, maybe down to Argentina. Giovanna has family in Salvador. Maybe we'll just stay there.
Yeah, I got business to take care of.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. I know it was very wrong.
It's all right, it's done. And hey, I'm having myself a fun old time. Maybe this is how things had to be. Figure I might as well die in the sunshine as die in the snow.
Look, I'm sorry I'm leaving. I got a kid coming. You know how it is.
I know how that is.
You know, I almost didn't say goodbye to you. I said to myself, maybe this guy will put a bullet in me.
Maybe I will. But not right now.
Thank you. Try to look after yourself, Max, huh? Life is worth living.
If you say so, pal.
I thought I was going to have to witness another murder.
Nah. Not him.
You ready?
I guess.
Okay. I've looked through this information you gathered. It's not very nice.
What is it?
It's the Ufe. The famous Mr. Becker.
Friend of Victor Bronco.
Yes. And a contributor to his campaigns. A government employee, of course.
And?
A weapons dealer. A murderer. This was known. A dealer in human organs. This wasn't known.
A proper gentleman.
Sure.
So you're gonna bring him down?
Yes, because I want to lose my wife and my children and then get killed myself. All that after watching him walk free.
Tell me what has to be done.
Well, officially, there's nothing I can do.
And unofficially?
Well, we can always try something a little more creative.
Creative?
Вот уроды. Все такие хитрожопые. Сами
De
они
Silva
руки
had
марать
promised
не
me a 10
хотят.
o'clock showcase. I had to make sure I was on stage and ready for my close-up. Diga a Becker. Que vim para ele. Ah!
Ei, olha aqui. Tropa. Ei, moço. Mano, quem é esse cara aí?
Manda tua conta, rapaz.
Vai, fudeu! Meu conta, eu quero tomar no cu, pô.
Ela não desgruda dela, meu.
Ei, quem é essa cara aí?
Convidado nosso. Quebra esse otário aí.
Deixa comigo, vou dar uma lição nele.
Então, o pai dela não desgruda.
Ladrão, filha da puta! Vai atrás de inocentes! Vai ver o que vai acontecer contigo mesmo aqui! Eu não fiz nada! Você vai acontecer, caralho! Tá pensando o quê? Hã? Onde é que você vem? Fica aí, caralho! Eu? Se fodeu, filha da puta! Otário! Vai, aí, otário! Deixa eu sair daqui!
Кто-то повешен. там.
Segura a porta aí.
Eu vi uma outra versão.
Vamos resolver aquela parada lá, hein?
Demorou.
Chega aí.
Valeu, amigo.
Hey! What are you doing here? Huh? I ask you a question.
Answer him! Answer him!
What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing here?
O que você está fazendo aqui?
What are you doing here?
I don't understand. I can't hear you.
What are you
What are
doing
you
here?
doing here?
Me in the ear.
Hey, answer me! What are you doing here?
Мама.
Back in the precinct after all this time. Time to find out what the hell was going on.
Почему-то перевода я не услышал.
Acabe com ele! Traga esse traseiro aqui, eu te dou cobertura!
Он сказал, что типа пора время пришло, чтобы разобраться, что тут происходит. Что типа того.
I knew nothing resembling good times lay beyond that gate, but I was gonna have to face the music sooner or later.
Так, окей. Что у нас есть? Заперто. Нам, видимо, сюда. Но прежде...
Figured I'd bag those up for evidence.
О, бабосики, смотри-ка. Коррупция, что ли? Наркотики. Ты смотри-ка. Ну, сучары. Ну, сучары, ну. Что, никаких улик, что ли?
I guess our little stunt helped some other civic-minded people raise valid concerns about community relations. Their faces said it all. I was on their side, but how could they know that? If they came through that door, I'd be leaving as a human shield and never leaving at all. Luckily for me, for once the police arrived just in time. It sounded like all hell was breaking loose. Whatever nonsense De Silva had pulled, it seemed to be working.
Нас никто плохо. И где вообще куда делись?
Por favor, eu te fiz uma pergunta, pô. A gente não tinha nada tranquilo. Eu te prometo, tua última chance. Me dá um nome. Eu só sei que teve um apagão, isso é tudo que eu sei.
É isso que você quer?
Nós vamos morrer.
Я случайно завалил какого-то чувака. Ну ладно. Я думаю, не сильно на меня обиделся. Так, как-то патронов нету. Сначала. Знаете, что любопытно?
They had their body armor, I had mine.
Что вот эти самые полицейские, они... Это же они вроде как... Это же они зачищали улицы в том замесе, когда мы спасали. Пытались спасти сестру эту.
The last few prisoners were trapped in here, and more pressingly, seemed I was too.
Так.
Seemed the anti-drug squad had a few habits of its own. The security switch had to be in that booth.
О! Смотрите, как у нас тут есть, а? Чё, никаких улик, ничего. Так, а тут у нас что?
Special Forces painkillers. It was Monday's arrest log, as far as I could tell, and no sign of anybody from Nova Esperanza. All those poor bastards have been checked straight into the Imperial Palace Hotel. That kid had had the right idea. There was no point bouncing bullets off that thing. I decided I'd try to pick up where he left off. And then immediately regretted that decision.
Ну. Да ёб твою мать, что-то сконшотило. Да блин, я думал, он закончил стрелять. На, в коленную чашечку. А, охренеть, он меня пострелил, получается, да? Постойте, здесь же боеприпасы должны. На винтовочку дайте мне патронов. Сыр.
Well, wasn't this nice? The perfect end to a perfect trip. If someone had told me 6 months ago this was where my life was headed, I'd have ordered a double of whatever they were drinking, drunk it, then blown my head off.
Porra, você tá tentando fazer?
Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade for amends. Time moves forward, and nothing changes.
О. Благодарю. О, немножечко более утоляющий. По шарам.
Every bastard in the joint must have known I was on the loose by now. I couldn't afford to waste any more time.
Так, что-нибудь вкусненькое. Во. Ну, типа там более утоляющий, там вот это все. Ничего нету, да? Так, а тут?
Not the
Во.
only friend I had left in that town.
Так, окей.
Police food, the same crap the world over. But I could reminisce about the old days later. For now, there was more pressing matters to deal with.
Так, давайте-ка обыщем тут все.
Becker's blood money from the good doctor. Serrano had canceled one side of that transaction. The other was on me.
Так, больше нету. Окей. Здесь тоже пусто. Сильно.
They'd come from the control room. It looked like the security cameras were still running.
Так, что тут интересного у нас есть? Ну-ка.
Luckily, I wasn't the only cop with a pill problem.
Что мы собрали какой-то золотой ствол. Тоже неплохо, тоже неплохо. Так, а тут что у нас?
I figured I should check out the security monitors while I had the chance.
О! Благодарю.
It looked like the prisoners were giving them a run for their money. That's what happens when you hand some roided-up halfwit a commando uniform with special on the front and let him ride around his hometown in a tank playing soldiers. Sooner or later, someone's gonna decide he's not so special. There were a bunch more in the elevator, tooled up like they were about to roll into Fallujah. And of course, they were headed my way.
Ого, я такие. По ногам. А сейчас я ни хрена не видно. На.
If the heat was rising, that meant I was getting closer to the source. I had to keep moving.
Так, ну тут вроде бы ничего нету больше. Что, патронов не завезли, что ли? Я уроды.
I saw the elevator doors were open.
Да я понял, что он сюда. Заперто, ну окей. Let's go.
If there was one thing I learned since being in Sao Paulo, it was that me and the local elevators were not a good mix.
Так. Хорошо, хоть ствол не задержать. Так, ну-ка. Сильно. Прятался здесь. Прикиньте. Хрен это тут скрывал, гнида. Аптечечка. Так. Это, видимо, у нас какой-то склад.
Whatever depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer.
Черт, с другой стороны. О боже, бронированный. Отлично. А. Ну окей. Что Что-то я думал,
I'd
что...
killed more cops than cholesterol, and still no sign of Becker. It wasn't the first time it dawned on me I should probably have gone over the plan in more detail, but it was too late for that now.
Да уж, unstoppable. Блин, патронов нету на эту пушку. Ладно, возьмем этот мусор. Можно, кстати, и пулеметик подобрать.
If I didn't hurry, Becker would be long gone.
Я понимаю, сейчас, поджидай. Не все так быстро, Максимус. Надо, возможно, какие-то улики найти. Это что там у нас? Охренеть, сколько улик мы пропускаем, охренеть.
Sao Paulo's own David and Goliath. I'd pinned De Silva as a coward, but he'd risked more than anyone, and he'd never taken a bribe.
Даже так? То есть я зря на него гнал? И это мне хочешь сказать? Что, ничего нету, да? Ну, погнали.
I still didn't know how I'd gone from drinking myself numb in New Jersey to looting corpses in Brazil. But this was where I was, 5,000 miles from a home I couldn't go back to, on another suicide mission to clean up a mess that wasn't even mine.
Да. Не очень радужная.
The CS were all but out of business in Sao Paulo, and suddenly Becker and Victor looked like local heroes in the war on crime. They'd really gotten their money's worth outsourcing their problems onto me.
Так, подождите.
My old pal Serrano. We'd both been unwitting clowns in this sorry circus. Part of me hoped he'd made it out of that hotel alive. I didn't recognize the guy. Maybe this was the new slum king De Silva had talked about. A throne never stays empty for long.
Так.
Fame at last. It was no great surprise I'd made Ufe's most wanted list. I hadn't done much to improve the reputation of Americans abroad over the past few weeks. And there they were, my illustrious employers. 3 dead, and still, every chance I'd go 4 for 4. None of this was gonna look good on the resume.
Да уж.
And I was in good company. Howell Passos, sent up north to find a washed-up gringo who would act tough and play dumb. Boy, did he ever deliver.
Да, это точно. Так, вроде бы все. Окей. Окей. Заперто. Это нету. Здесь только. Воу, подождите, пацаны, я не хотел. Я только спросить. А, вот. Пацаны, я чисто спросить. Так, все, закончились. Пацаны, да я просто спросить хотел, что вы так агритесь? Ага, все.
It was starting to feel as if I'd never leave that place. Like one of those nightmares where you keep running and running, only to discover you're chasing yourself.
Вот этот ствол, он-то круче, но на него патронов нет.
Nothing I was gonna find in there could make a difference now. I had all the evidence I needed.
Что, мы все улики нашли? Что ты врешь? Зачем ты мне врешь? О! Дробаш. О, во. Да не, подожди. Ножи там. Что, нету этого патронника? Ну, типа, ящика с патронами. Камон. Это нечестно. Несправедливо. Я не хочу с тем автоматом ходить, но придется. Но придется. Кнопочки.
Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell and fast. The bastards had me locked in. That would have been too easy. My eyes and throat burned, but at least I could breathe. I was trying to work out what direction I was headed in when I discovered some more Brazilian architecture not designed for the American physique.
Здравствуйте, я чисто спросить. Я только спросить хотел.
There it was, the tape from the Bronco security system. Jesus, it was that guy. I had seen him in the favela, Bachmeyer, Becker's right-hand man. His time would come, him and Becker.
Вот ублюдок, а? Да, тут больше ничего нет. А, стоп.
O seu dinheiro representa o seu futuro. Mantenha-o seguro com o Banco Boitatá. Para sua casa, o seu carro ou o seu negócio. Venha falar com Boitatá.
Threatens to be the worst volcanic eruption in Ecuador for 40 years.
The epidemic of violence that grips Brazil's major cities continues to worsen. On Monday, a massive gun battle between drug gangs and special forces police in the favela of Nova Esperanza left 150 people dead or critically injured. Mayoral candidates were divided on the reactions to the altercation. Camila Machado blamed the police force for acting without restraint and effective government oversight. Victor Bronco, whose eldest brother was murdered last week and whose youngest brother is missing and is feared to have been an innocent victim in Monday's gun battle, issued a statement calling for more funding for law enforcement and vowing to stop at nothing to make Sao Paulo safe again. In Buenos Aires, the world's largest chorizo caused quite a stir.
I'd seen enough. It was time to bring this nightmare to an end.
Так, все заперто. А где кто-нибудь? Долбанный спецназ.
I couldn't get that tape out of my head. Why had Ufe killed Rodrigo? I wasn't gonna find any answers in the forensics lab. I had to push on.
Что, никаких улик, ничего?
Hey, pal. Nice to see you.
Vai pra casa, gringo de merda.
I don't think we've been properly introduced.
I know who you are.
And you should have killed me in the office when you had the chance.
There's still time, meu camarada.
Да, это было красиво. Так, это был последний. Судя по всему.
Another pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. I felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else. Something buried deep in the past.
Так, сейчас бы ничего не пустили. Го возьмем 20 патронов. Заперто. Здесь ничего нету. Как и здесь. Так.
Rodrigo, Giovanna, Passos, everyone who'd meant anything was gone. Like so many times before, I'd found myself alone, locked on a course of destruction. It was at my worst when I was at my best.
Давай, Максим.
Vamos acabar com essa porra de uma vez! Tira eles! Vamos fugir, sua cabeça!
С этого, если честно, поудобнее стрелять. В плане того, что тут точка есть. Пацан к успеху шел, встал. Охренеть, сколько их тут. Блин, а здесь спрятаться нельзя, я думал за мешками спрятаться. Охренеть. Их так много тут. Хоть один из этих упырей понял, что воевать бесполезно. С этим психом. Да, чувачок? Ладно, не будем убивать.
Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and sold it on the black market. Now I was coming for mine.
Патрончик-то на исходе.
Vamos acabar com essa merda agora! Vamos indo!
Se estiver na beleza, rapaziada, bom trabalho! Só tô esperando
Kуда
a
бы с
confirmação do outro
гранатомета.
grupo, mas o gringo já deve estar morto agora.
Senhor, ele não parece estar morto!
Da puta, pelo amor de Deus!
Это прям сходу.
Você não tem chance nenhuma! Hey! You Americans love to interfere in things you do not understand!
Oh, I understand plenty, asshole!
How stupid can one man be?
Ну, теперь война с главным псом.
Atira nele!
You should know when to walk away!
I couldn't get a direct shot. I was gonna have to get creative. It was a waste of bullets. His cover was too good.
Do you even know what you're getting for?
Так, а боеприпасы взять.
Why do you think you're not dead already?
Ага, я на него обрушил. Ах ты, твою мать, там еще ублюдки вылезли. Ладно, окей.
Me dê cobertura!
Сука, это бронированные. Лови-ка.
This was the passkey to Becker's office. I was close to the end of all this, and I could feel it.
Опачки.
Becker! Something funny about dying? I felt like the avenging angel. I looked like a fat bald dude with a bad temper.
You disgusting piece of shit! I know everything!
Not everything, my friend. Let go of him, Max. Huh? There's a good fellow.
Well, well, well. Victor, I was wondering when you'd reappear out of whatever slimy hole you live in.
I'd like to just say, Max, I just want to say thank you for all your hard work, for my family, and for cleaning up that horrible mess with the Crachá Preto for us. You know I'm tough on crime. I give you a bonus, but I think you just frittered it away. Becker, take his gun.
Toma, seu filho da
They had barred the door. My only hope was to chase them down. I knew they'd be leaving town, and my guess is they would try to fly out of here. Rich people love to fly away.
God damn it!
Ядрёно вошливый. Последний козырь.
Okay, Max. Now you check the main terminal. I'm gonna go and look for the Bronco plane by the hangar, okay?
Let's do it.
You keep an eye out in there. You know Becker's gonna have some guys in there watching out for you.
Yep. So, of course, I knew they were looking for me. But the airport was about the only place a fat gringo might blend in. Well, there or a sex club. My delusions of disguise lasted around 2 seconds. They were out in force. And they were out for me. But then, I was out for them, too. Every last one of those bastards.
Нет, у них, братец, а можно слезть отсюда? Как мишень. патронов нету. Ну давайте, псы. Господи, как их тут много. Патронов-то уже нету. О, да. На. Так, подожди, возьми вот эту пушку. А почему он мог поменять? Нет, мне бы без лазерного вот этого прицела было бы проще.
It felt like my vacation was coming to an end. Only I wasn't heading home with a sunburn, a bag full of duty-free, and a dose of VD. I was making a bet that would put me in handcuffs or a body bag.
Да камон! Как меня бесит этот лазерный прицел, обоссанный. Сука.
These were Becker's guys. Him and Victor had a private airport to go with their private army and their private jet. This was the back office. They'd be on their way to the nearby lounge.
Я на самом деле на том этом складе ничего не исследовал. Там наверняка было что-нибудь крутое. Ну, когда я только в эту локацию попал на этом. Господи, как он называется-то? На котором катался, короче. Поэтому, скорее всего, это там пропустим.
The doors lead in the direction of the main terminal. Nothing was happening back here. I had to get to where the action was.
Ну подожди, а вдруг мы что-то пропустим?
The customer restroom. I could get through to the departure gates up ahead.
Ну это понятно, а вдруг здесь что-то лежит? А тут что?
There were UFE all over the airport and civilians were being moved out. Looking at it one way, shutting down the airport for their escape was a weird sort of compliment, but one I didn't need.
Не сдох, кстати. А мы же топовый. А за авторские права не забанят? Вот псы за каждым углом.
A gate had opened at the other end of the departure lounge.
Ну, кто меня убил-то, господи. Снизу откуда-то. Пиздец, блядь. Ну, это конченая, конечно, система. С одной стороны, вроде как ты не умираешь. С другой стороны, если тебя вот так вот, тебя убили где-то из ниоткуда, блядь, куда ты попасть не можешь, ты труп в любом случае. Сука, живучий. Найс, спрятался, пес. Да не надо.
Opened at the other end of the departure lounge.
Охренеть, их там сколько бежит. Ёб твою мать. Это там кто-то. Так,
Maybe they
окей.
were in the next terminal. I'd keep looking until Victor sent me a postcard from Miami.
О. О. Благодарю. А тут, кстати, одна улика. Так, немножко патрончики. Почему столько не это самое? Пули непробиваемые. Так, патрончики сюда. Куда нам?
There weren't any other flights clogging up air traffic control. Victor would be clear for takeoff as soon as he was ready.
Подожди, а куда нам идти-то? Туда? Нет. Куда? А. Понял. Это армия, блин. Давай. Ничего не выпускаем. Блин, вверх поднимающего эскалатор. Так, тут куча ублюдков, да?
It didn't look like there'd be any trams leaving until the power was on.
Захилимся.
The trams were running again. Maybe they'd take me to my gate. Maybe they'd bring more guys wanting to whack me. Maybe both.
Пёс с другой стороны. На псина.
felt like I might be able to recharge for a second. At least until we pulled into the station and met more murderous assholes.
Son of a bitch!
Didn't work out like that. Of course there'd be a tram full of goons trying to derail me.
Да господи, сколько вас там? Достали псины. Ой, да, давай еще новую порцию. Спецназ, пожалуйста.
Everyone wanted a ticket for the Max Payne Express. Felt like I'd missed out on the joke, and it was a real good one. Come on.
Охренеть.
Was slowing down, and I'd only just gotten on board. I had to salvage what I could and see what was waiting for me. This was my stop. It had taken me right into the heart of it. Becker's gimps were everywhere, so he and Bronco must be close. The smart move would have been sticking with De Silva and going straight to the hangar, but when was I ever about smart moves? I'm a dumb move guy. Hey Max, we'll drive onto the runway. No thanks, let me walk in the main entrance. I'll put a big shit-eating grin on my face and let these assholes take turns trying to kill me. That's my style, and it's too late in the day to hope for change.
Охренеть их сколько.
Boy, were they throwing numbers at this problem. But then, I'd chosen to be here. I wanted this. Was it redemption? Not really. It was pathetic desperation, and not much else. The further in I got, the more guys I saw. Becker wasn't running a police force. He was running an army. These guys were better trained and better equipped than anyone I'd seen out here. And I'd seen some mean sons of bitches. The mission was screaming suicide, but I didn't give a damn. At least I'd die being a pain in the ass. There the bastards were, sneaking off in their rich kid's toy.
А чё автомат валяется?
I ain't got nowhere else to go, Becker! Mr. Payne, I believe you had something to say to me! Mate ele! Mate ele agora! Não! Não! Não!
Сука, я не успел.
I ain't got nowhere else to go, Becker. No one expected you to be here, Max. Still down there. Top to top, Becker. Come clean.
Блять, ёбаный след. Не понял. Короче, надо сидеть в засаде и валить всех, я так понимаю, да? Пока, блядь, не появится кат-сцена, которая разрешит убить это говно. Так, что ли? На-на. Руку-то чуть-чуть подоторвало.
This was it. It was almost over. So I guess I'd become what they wanted me to be. A killer. Some rent-a-clown with a gun who puts holes in other bad guys. Well, that's what they had paid for, so in the end, that's what they got. Say what you want about Americans, but we understand capitalism. You buy yourself a product and you get what you pay for. And these chumps had paid for some angry gringo without the sensibilities to know right from wrong. Here I was, about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.
Get the plane! Get in, Max! I'm in, just drive the fucking car! Go!
We had one card left to play.
Just get me close! Look! A squad is coming from the right! Passenger side! We're getting out! Come on! It's got a flight to catch! It's not going to take off without... I don't know how much more we can take!
Если ты
That sums it up.
так.
We need to clear the runway.
На.
Of course they have their armored personal deal. Eyes front.
Это слишком высоко.
Normally a behind the gas kind of cop. Only I've been one of them too.
Есть.
That's them. Asshole. Your career's coming down with that plane. Let's get it over with.
На. На, сука.
Wait, Max! No! Stop! Max! We have what we need on him now. Let him enjoy a trial and a spell in prison. Let him suffer. Trust me.
You know I'll walk. You'll walk with a lift.
Да надо было вообще ему и руки, и ноги прострелить.
Of the City Police's Special Forces Unit, who have been implicated in human trafficking, has been disbanded indefinitely. Meanwhile, Victor Bronco, the politician at the center of the scandal, who is accused of laundering money from the scheme to fund his political campaign for mayor, was yesterday found hanged in his police cell. It's not yet clear whether his death was a suicide or simply retribution for his part in a scandal that has so many families missing loved ones that were kidnapped and killed. City officials say a full investigation
Local
is
justice.
underway. Local residents expressed outrage, say they have been let down by both law enforcement and city leaders. And now, your local forecast. Boy, it's dark in some places, but it's sunny everywhere else. Over to Marisol with the weather.
Так, ну и все, короче. Прошли игрушку. Крутая игра в любом случае. Так, а когда пропустить? Вот так вот, вот так вот. Получается, значит, путь прошли от там, полицейского, который, видимо, хотел служить добру и защищать от всего плохого, да, скатились до какого-то, я не знаю, громилы, который постоянно подвергался обману со стороны, значит, всяческих и друзей, и не друзей. Вот, ну в итоге разнесли всех в пух и прах. Вот что самое главное. Самое главное, что разнесли всех. Третья часть, естественно, порадовала. Естественно, она куда круче, чем вторая. В разы. Вот. Ну, есть кривые моменты, безусловно, не без этого, которые бесят периодически. Это нормально. Это нормально. Короче, чё, играйте, наслаждайтесь, радуйтесь жизни. Вот. Все, всем счастливо.